Hello everyone and welcome. In this video, in fact, not just in this video, in the following video as well. So in these two videos before the last video of advanced level of English Harmony 3, we are going to talk about, again, we are going to remember infinitive gerunds. I don't know why, but maybe because they are very practical and they are used, as you know, they are used in place of nouns. So in a sentence structure, we can use all infinitives and gerunds as subject of a sentence and object of a sentence. So maybe because of this reason, I chose infinitive gerunds as two presentations to be two videos. Okay, now let's remember those famous infinitives and gerunds once more and for the last time. Okay, all right. Hello and welcome back. Yes, let's start with a GIF. What does the lady say? She says, I prefer to read books that are not related to work, that are not connected with work. Okay, now what kind of books do you prefer? I prefer historical books, or I prefer to read historical books. I prefer historical books rather than geography books, for example. Okay. Of course, we also use ing after prefer as a general preference. I prefer reading history books too. Then we use to here. To, again, reading geography books. Okay, now trip 8 about infinitives. Let's remember, decide to do something, want to do, would like to do, would prefer to do, promise to do, hope to do, agree to do, refuse to do, seem to do, to be, to have, expect to do, to be, to have, claim to do, to be, to have. Okay. To, what is the use of to here? Claim, yes, decide to, okay, claim to do. Okay. Now, dialogue 1, I would prefer to read, okay? I would prefer to read a story instead of watching TV. What would you prefer to do today? I would prefer walking instead of gardening, instead of doing gardening today. Are you unable to? Able to, unable. Are you unable to swim today? You are right. I am unable to swim today. Who seems to be surfing the net very much these days? Hakan seems to be surfing the net very much these days. Seems to be doing something. Are those two films worth watching? Yes, to be worth doing, having, being something. Are those two films worth watching? Yes, they are. They are worth watching. And it says totally worth it. Yes, totally worth it. Now, let's take a look at the gerunds to remember. Avoid doing something, being something, having something. Regret doing something, being something, having something. Miss, mind, consider, finish, fancy doing something, being something, having something, feel like doing something, having something, being something. Yeah, this is also important. For example, I fancy uh, eating watermelon today. I fancy eating. Yeah, I fancy eating watermelon today. Or the same message, almost 100%. I feel like, okay, I feel like eating watermelon today. Yes, enjoy doing something, deny doing something, detest, resist, can't stand, can't help. Yeah. Uh, can't stand has a negative meaning, can't help as a positive meaning. For example, oh, I can't help eating watermelon. When I see a watermelon, I immediately want to eat it. So I can't help eating. I can't help eating watermelon. Okay, but I can't stand eating decayed fruit. Can't stand negative things. I can't stand negative things is also a true sentence. There is a good album. There is a good album to listen, now to do. There is a good album to listen. Do you remember that there is a good album that you can listen? So there is a good album to listen. But if it were like this, for example, there is a good album to be listened, is also true. So it is the short form of there is a good album that can be listened, that will be listened. So in a short form, there is a good album to be listened. Okay. It is worth buying. Is there a film which is worth watching? Yes, there is a good film worth watching. Can't you help or can't you stand listening to that singer? I can't help. I can't help listening to that singer. Do you object to doing dangerous sports? Yes, I object to doing dangerous sports. I am for uh, I am for doing I am for doing gentle sports. Okay. Now, are you for or against still writing letters and postcards? Yes. Are you for or against doing something, being something, having something? I am still for, yes, I am still for writing letters and postcards, but of course not as much as I used to do in the past. Okay, now what does it say? And so now I must say goodbye to all of you, to whom it may concern. It's a very popular uh, beginning phrase, a phrase to begin a letter. I can no longer live without her. I couldn't say goodbye to her, and now I must say, etc., etc. Now, 3A, I don't mind being, having something. I don't mind writing letters and postcards. Do you mind sending emails? No, of course not. I don't mind sending emails. It's okay for me. Do you mind telling or being told what to do? It depends on the situation. Sometimes uh, I don't mind. I don't mind being told what to do, and I don't mind telling what to do to the other people. Don't you mind having to do things? Don't you mind having to do things? No, I don't mind having to do things. If it is, for example, my job, if I am responsible for doing it, so I don't mind having to do it if I have to do it, if I must do it. Okay. Don't mind means not complain, so sorry, not mind, not complain about, not protest, not object to, not disapprove, or not oppose. Yes, I am not I don't oppose writing letters, for example. What does the gift say? I know you better. Uh, to getting, yeah, no. Getting to know. Getting to know you better. Yes. Get to know means know somebody, yeah, know somebody, get to know somebody. Yasemin was warned about talking loudly. Who objected to being asked questions? Neriman objected to being asked questions. Who is capable of preparing a magazine? Derya is capable of preparing a magazine. Who has a reputation for being unbelievably funny? Cem Yılmaz has a reputation for being unbelievably funny. You are very cute. Yeah. They play on the word. Very good, very good. Strawberry, blackberry. Dialogue 5. Tarık fancies. Let's immediately remember feel like. Okay? Exactly the same. Maybe 99% the same. Of course, there may be a nuance between them. Tarık fancies surfing the net. Or Tarık feels like surfing the net. Who avoids surfing the net? Just the opposite. Who avoids surfing the net? Nadir avoids surfing the net. Who risks being injured by going surfing without a guide? Of course, all children risk. Sorry, risk means although risky, they also prefer doing it. Yes, who risks being injured by going surfing without a guide? My neighbor, Faruk, risks being injured by going surfing without a guide. Yeah. Tag questions, let's take a look at them as well. Tag questions for opinions. We ask tag questions when we expect someone to agree with us, to confirm us, to approve. When else do we ask tag questions? We also ask tag questions to ask for confirmation. We want them to confirm us. Now, positive, negative. When a statement is affirmative, that question is negative. What's the tag question like when a statement is negative? Of course, it is positive. Please notice the difference. Healthcare is really expensive, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Healthcare is really expensive, right? Of course, this is much more practical. Healthcare is really expensive, right? Yeah, it is really expensive. Childcare isn't cheap, is it? Is it? Childcare isn't cheap, right? Just like a question intonation. 1B, we should pay our taxes, shouldn't we? Graffiti makes everything look ugly, doesn't it? 1D, you found affordable childcare, didn't you? Okay, these are so simple for you. There are lots of opportunities in a city, aren't there? Noise pollution is a major problem, isn't it? Isn't it? Yes, it is. There aren't enough police, are there? You can't escape advertising these days, can you? Yes, you are right. We can't escape advertising these days. The city doesn't do enough for stray animals, does it? It isn't easy to save money these days, is it? Now, 8, a message board. What is it? What is a message board? A message board is a web page that allows people to post or leave messages for other people to read and reply. What are left on a message board? It also says a message board, an electronic bulletin board or forum. Yeah. What are left on a message board? Of course, some photographs are also left on a message board. Modifiers, yes, that come before nouns. The car, his car, that car, the first car, some cars, a few cars, a lot of cars. These are all modifiers. Okay. Adjectives also modified, adjectives also modify the nouns, you are right. Modify verb. If an adjective, modify means if an adjective, adverb, etc. modifies another word, it describes something or limits the word's meaning. Alter, yes. Change. Modifier is a noun, a word or group of words that gives additional information about another word. For example, a good behavior. A very good behavior. Very gives an extra information about very good. What did we say? A good behavior. Yeah, behavior. Good behavior gives us the quality of that behavior, but a very good behavior gives much more information about the quality of that behavior. Yes. Modifiers as determiners, ordinals, quantifiers, adjectives, and nouns such as his car, second car, two cars, silly robot, metal robots, is also possible. Hyphenated compound modifiers as adjective, a 200-year-old watch. Yes, a 2-day holiday, a 2-month holiday, a 200-year, not years, yes, a 200-year-old watch. Noun is a modifier, a teapot. Yeah, noun modifies another noun, just like an adjective. A teapot warmer. Yes, a noun modifier plus a noun again. But a warmer for teapots also possible. A warmer for teapots. A noun for nouns. A lady's sweater or a lady's scarf. Or a sweater for ladies, a scarf for ladies. Or scarves for ladies. Plural nouns for plural nouns. Now, please complete the sentence with modifiers using the descriptions in parentheses. Yes, let's do it from the key. Okay. 1. She bought a new 10-speed bike. Yes, that bike has 10 speeds. 2. They offer a 3-month introductory class at the new yoga school. So it runs for 3 months. That class runs for 3 months. 3, we gave her a small hand embroidered pillow. It was embroidered by hand. 4, not by machine. It was not embroidered by machine. The company sent him a praise-filled letter. It was filled with praise. How nice. 5, the government announced a 5-point plan. Sorry, a 5-point plan, a 5-step plan for protecting the environment. It is 5 points. Okay, quiz time. Let's do it from the key as well. Now, question 1. One of they, no, impossible. One of our, one of him, no. One of my, no. So these two, one of you, one of us, one of them. One of you has to take responsibility for designing the notice board. 2, the chief of police finally agreed to release news of the accident, but he did so reluctantly, without wanting. 3. The water on the earth is recycled constantly in a process which is known as the water cycle. 4. It is difficult for people who are living in a prosperous country to imagine what it's like to grow up in one of the poor countries in Africa or Latin America. 5. There is a responsibility that some people destroy the natural habitat of birds and other animals. Now, time to improve our vocabulary. Get out of, or go out of. Yeah, get out of, go out of, walk out of, run out of. Yeah, get out of, in short, leave a room or building. The technical personnel have to get out of the company in infirmary. What do the medical personnel have to do? The medical personnel have to get out of the laboratory tomorrow. Relief and grief. Yes, relaxation and contraction. Expansion and contraction. Relaxation and contraction. Or relief and grief. Easiness and difficulty. Resistance makes us develop. If there were not resistance, we wouldn't be as strong as we are now. Relaxation comes after contraction, and contraction comes after relaxation. It has a technical word as well. Diastole means relaxation. Synstole means contraction. Falling pressure, rising pressure. Falling pressure, rising pressure. Two rhythms of life. Now, to weigh is a verb. Weighing. Weigh yourself. How shall I weigh myself? How? With sincerity. Weigh yourself with sincerity, reliance, resilience, diligence, generosity, modesty, diplomacy. Yes. See how much you weigh. Okay, I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore, image says. The other image says, I just can't deal with this right now. Okay. I can't take this situation means I can't tolerate this situation. I find it unacceptable. What does I can't deal with this situation mean? I can't deal this situation means I can't tackle this situation. I can't handle this situation. I can't get out of this situation. I can't rise above this situation. I can't deal with. I can't deal with this situation. Okay. So cope. Yeah, I can't cope. I can't cope with this situation. Cope means succeed in dealing with a difficult problem or situation. Manage, get through, have something under control. Oh, I can't control that situation, or I can't take this situation under control. Take something in your stride. Rise above. I can't rise above this situation. It is very difficult. When Salih went to university in a different city, he coped with the difficulties on his own. When did you first cope with the difficulties of life on your own? When I first started my job, I coped with the difficulties of my job on my own. Yes. Okay. Like a fulcrum between two parts, like a fulcrum on which her life has been supported and pivoting. Yeah, her life has been pivoting on that fulcrum since then. Okay, pivoting. A turning point for Diana was when he was first away from home for a fortnight. What was another turning point for her? Another turning point for her, for Diana, was when she graduated from university. So that graduation has been a fulcrum, has been a turning point, has been a pivot. Pivot also the central point, and her life has been turning around that pivot, that fulcrum. Okay. Today that changed everything, a life-changing experience. Of course, graduation is a life-changing experience. So when she had a laptop, was also a turning point, a milestone in her life. Or another milestone, another turning point in her life was when she had a laptop, because it was very important for her job. Okay, thank you very much again. So I hope it was useful, and it is useful, and it will be useful for you in learning English. So again, I wish you a good day, and I wish you a well-being. Okay, see you next time.